everybody. Welcome. I didn't set this up. I need to set this up. What's going on, guys? How we doing today? Hope you all are well. And here we go. It is not, that's not the right one. Why isn't it coming up? What's up? Let's go. I can't get my thing to read this. It's weird. And the show begins. That's right. How's it going? Good to see you guys. Who's all here? Brenda. Oh, I don't have my mic down. There we go. That'll be better. You hear me better now? Sorry about that. What are you talking about there? Has been? Movies? Has been hotel? I have no idea what that is. I'm sorry. What's it? You're going to tell me about that one, Brenda. Daniel, how's ZJYL? Is stair climbing giving you a pause? Oh, it's not. That's not always true. Sometimes it takes a while till they really break out. Watch how what's it face broke out. The GameStop. It took a little while till it broke. What's up, Dips, Chris, Zachariah, Old Finds, Gretchen, Candace, Steve Petchke, Just Mike, Barbara, AC. What's up, buddy? You're in. Thanks for coming through the evening lives. I missed out. Oh, man, you're welcome, of course. Anyone listed in Texas military? I am out of state and I'm old, so they wouldn't take me anyways. But, dude, I'll tell you what. We're going to talk about that tonight. It is wild. I cannot even believe what's going on. Tim Cass got booted from YouTube? No way. Are you kidding me? Uh-oh. I better be careful what I say here. That's kind of scary. I'll be honest. Yeah, I had to move my mic. It was over there. That's crazy. They got booted? Well, you know what I got to say about that? This.
Brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refiner. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why it's called.
Did you get that? Because, you know, it was important. It was important. That's our president right there. Woo! Oh, my God. See, Alex, what's up? Sideshow Rosie. You like that the short doesn't seem to be watching trades like crazy. I don't think they have control. That's the problem. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how ZJYL goes down. From what I'm seeing, it seems like the shareholders have control of this one. The shorts, I mean, they're trying to keep it down, but they are struggling. Today it was only, let's look it up here. Very few shares traded today. Yeah, 15, not even 16,000 shares traded today in ZJYL. Yesterday was in the 70,000s. I mean, that's asinine. How is that even happening? That's crazy. It's craziness. Was Biden say something about Chief Boyle? Yeah, right. I don't know. Maybe we should go back and hear it one more time so we make sure we catch the message here.
The beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refiner. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why it's called.
Oh, my God. It's crazy. Anyways. You're seeing 729 on Webull? Oh, man. So maybe, you know, I've had this problem with CNBC before. They are terrible at keeping up to date. They're the best during the day. They're the best at the minute to minute. But once something changes, they are terrible. All right, here's ZJYL on Market Watch. So they're having the after hours. They didn't even have that. Close at 276, volume, 1729. So, okay. So just over 17,000. There it is. Tim shut his own cast down because the guest said that they would throw human traffickers out of helicopters. What? That sounds weird that Tim would do that. I'll have to listen to the podcast later. Sounds yeah. Well, CNBC does not lag during the day. It's actually faster than Market Watch. I've watched a lot of these tickers. It is by far the most accurate on time during the day. But that is weird about ZJYL. Do we know the date? No. So ZJYL is going to be voted on. I believe the votes are being counted Monday, and so after that, we'll know if it's going through, which it will, and so if we know it's going through, then then they'll set the date and everything, the record date and the delivery date, all that will get set. So you saw a sell at 296.92 for one share. Yeah, I bet there's a lot of one shares in there. Buying looks bad enough with close. So yeah, let's hold on a minute. I'm going to let some more people filter in. And then there's a lot to go through tonight. I had so many tweets pulled up. I actually had to shut some down because my computer was huffing. That's how much is going on today. We have this craziness with Texas and all these other states now joining, which I don't know if it's the beginning of a civil war or not. I hope not. I don't want to see war. But is it revolution? That's to me is the more likely scenario, because I don't see the other 25 states fighting the states. So if it's government versus people, government versus states, that's a revolution. That's not a civil war. But personally, I think that's the way to look at it. We got to pray that it's a cold one where there's no fighting. But something's going down here. There's definitely a standoff happening, and it's going to be crazy. We're going to go through that tonight. We're going to cover some of the Fed BTFP stuff. It's pretty important because today the GDP came out, looked great, but it was actually all run on debt. It's not because of consumer sales, anything like that. It's because the Fed ran one of the biggest deficits in a quarter they've ever run. So it's all that money the government pumping into the system is what got that GDP. On top of that, and then ZJYL, of course, looks like it's about to squeeze. I think ZJYL, we're at the any day point now with this. The way the strength has come back. I mean, guys, last week the stock got down to $78 from 500, and now it's back up here. This just doesn't happen. And nobody sold. Nobody sold. Ham knows guys who own over the whole float. I mean, this is nuts. And we're going to go over some of those numbers. So great show tonight. Lots to go over. And we'll get started here, really diving in just a second. I want to give people a little more time to pour in because I'm early. So in the meantime, I can answer some questions and stuff here. I don't think Ham will come on tonight. I haven't talked to him. And he was on William for a while, not even that long ago. So I'm guessing most of you guys already saw that, so you know what's up. And, so we'll just move forward. From there. Okay, here, let me pull this up here. Just he was on William for a while, not even that long ago. Awesome. All right. They already have the votes for approval. Exactly. ZJYL is going to have the split's going to happen, guys. So don't worry about that. Donna, you got 32 ZJYL shares. Nice. What's your cost basis? That's amazing. Yep, ZJYL is at 275 after hours. Let me pull that back up. I got it right here. Oops. Where'd my price go? Oh, I got to go up. That's where. Okay. It spiked to 296 in after hours? I did not see that. AC, this talking to someone else. If Ham comes on, tell him CLU arranged financing. Okay. Not legal has 75 shares at $91. Dang, not you are doing well. You're in a happy place right now. I have 2 shares. I thought I was balling. That's awesome, man. 75 shares. Dang, not. When'd you buy that? Did you buy in last week? That's awesome. Good for you. Gary, your 4 shares look great. Yeah, exactly. TX, is it possible the shorts force Finger price low enough to threaten a delisting and force it? No, I don't see that anytime soon. Also, Finger would never... Finger has... The fundamentals are too good for them to get pushed down that far. Not one charter, even those guys saying it'll go down to $1.50, $1.10, something like that. Not one of them's predicting under $1. And also, Finger's on the verge of big things. If they could have it under $1, they already would. Dave, how will March 11th affect our stocks? We're going to talk about that tonight. We'll talk some prognostication, some guesses. Yeah, I wish I had more ZJYL too. Yep. Nice, Jesse. That's pretty good still. You got $97. SATA has 70 at 85. Wow. Good for you guys. I'm so excited everybody's getting a win here. I don't know anybody that's under. So everybody's winning right now, and that's amazing. Not would trade those 75 in the up amount and transfer that to finger. Nice, man. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people are going to win on this. A lot of people are going to win. I don't know how high. I mean, maybe it goes to 500, maybe it goes to 1,000, maybe it goes to 10,000. Who knows? But whatever it goes to, people are going to win. And I know a lot of that money is going to come back over. So it's good. This, you never know. If it goes super big, it could be the thing that triggers other squeezes. All you need is one. All you need is one big one, and they're all going to pop one after the other. That's what I believe. What was up with ZJYL not trading for half the day? That's, they're manipulating it. The shorts are freaked out. The brokers are freaked out. So it's all manipulation. Finger's a stronger company, in your opinion, than ZJYL. That's not a crazy opinion, George. That is actual truth. So the date in actuality is March 11th. No, I think we're talking about the BTFP from the Fed. So let's go. I'll go over that first because that won't take too long. Okay. So we have the BTFP. The Fed's pulling it on March 11th. Just this week, it's up another $6 billion, which is crazy. But yeah, the Federal Reserve's ending the emergency funding for banks March 11th, which is going to really hurt them. Okay. It's really going to make an effect here. Let's see. I had something else on here that was really good. I just need to find it. I told you guys I had a ton of these pulled up here. Oh, hold on a second. My dog's barking for some dumb reason. Where is it? Here it is. All right, the party's over. Banks using the rate differentials were taking undue advantage of the BTFP window and making risk-free profits. Undue advantage. What is that? That tells you they were cheating. They were fraudulently using the program. Not only did the Fed stop the arbitrage with immediate effect, but also decided to end the BTFP program on March 11th. What does this tell you? This tells you that this program was basically the bank's life support the last year. They were using it for their investments, their credit, everything, and they were taking advantage in ways that were not what the program was made for. And this tells you that the rug pull on this is going to be worse than even if it had been legally used by them. And as you just saw, it's up another $6 billion this week leading up. I'm telling you that the build up to this, the next few weeks is going to be wild. So here's a little more on that. Pushing banks to use a discount window thereafter. Not only so with the liquidity waning, will we finally see the end of animal spirits and risk assets? Animal spirits, basically the wildness of all these stocks jumping up, the market's going all-time high. What if markets preempt the move? This is what I was talking about last night. Remember I told you guys, I think there's going to be a buildup. They're going to be preparing themselves for this happening soon. So that we got 7 weeks. 7 weeks, how the market's going to react to all this. Fed decided to loan money collateralized with treasuries from the banks at par value so banks had cash they could use to cover withdrawals and issue loans profitable again. It was just a measure to help banks have access to cash. Now it's coming to an end. And the banks used this wrong. So they were probably using it to make investments, all the stuff they were not supposed to use it for. It was just supposed to be able to give loan collateralization and have cash to give to people to make their withdrawals, all that. This is a problem. This is going to be a big problem as this is pulled away. So how does that affect our stocks? Dried up liquidity and credit is good for us. Shorts exist on credit and liquidity. They do. And so if that goes away, the risk assessors come, margin calls go up. This is going to squeeze trapped shorts. It'll be good for regular shorts looking to short bank stocks, that sort of thing, short the stock market, that'll be fine. But we're talking about trap shorts who are already in under their head. This will pull their money away. And all of a sudden, they're going to have to stop shorting and might get margin called. And this could be something that seriously is very good for us. So that's the BTFP news, but it's big. And I think we're going to see a lot more news coming out about this in the next few days. Let's see here. Halted for share imbalances, Stoney. Yep. Zachariah, you sent me a screen message. Okay, I'll look for that later. Thanks for sending that to me. Put your ZJYL winnings back in finger in GTI. I think a lot of people are going to do that for sure. Jesse, did Ham say the short in ZJYL is the same as GDC? No, not the short. You mean the short? No, I don't believe it's the same short. I believe it's the same guys who have the money. Which means that if they win, they're going to go mob GDC next. That's what I believe is going to happen. Buying finger with profit size. KYP, what's up? My guess with the election coming up, Fed will extend until November. It's possible, and you're completely right that that's possible. Not. I will say, and I showed this the other night, but Powell, when he set a date, he stuck by it each time. So I don't think they just did that haphazardly. I don't think they're going to extend, but it's very possible, like you said. There's definitely going to be a lot of stuff going on with the Biden administration. So trying to get reelected. Well, what happened to the markets to prepare for the change? Preemptive pullback or bubble? Well, right now we're in a huge bubble. We're in a huge bubble. We got the good news today. Well, I mean, good news, the GDP news, which, like I said, it's all fake. Let me pull up something for you guys here on that news. I saw a great graph earlier. I want to see if I can find it. But they're just spending so out of control right now that the where did I have my graph? I must not have saved it. I apologize for that, guys. There's a graph that shows that the spending and the debt buildup right now is actually it's actually bigger than GDP was in all of Q4, and so our spending is why there's such a massive run right now, and so you can't take it seriously. And that GDP number came in at 3.3. They were expecting 2. Wall Street's partying over it. But anyways, all that to say that I think what's going to start happening is a correction. They're going to start putting their money in safer spots. This is because this is a big deal once this money's pulled. They do not want to be caught with their pants down, so to speak. So banks are going to be scrambling to refill their coffers with cash because once this is pulled, they won't have that access to the Fed money. That'll happen. Unless they're just stupid and arrogant, and they just like Knott said, and maybe they know it'll kick the can down the road, or maybe they think he will and he won't. There's a lot of possibilities here. But personally, to prepare, the way you prepare for something like this is you clean up all your risk. You start cleaning up your risk to the best extent you can. And that would mean pulling out their money in these stocks and putting it into safer places. So, David, once again, the bank screwed the taxpayers just in 08 by giving out bad loans. Not one to see. You're probably right about that, David. And yes, this is worse than 08. This is worse. I have many people smarter than me with much more experience than me on this. They say it's 10 times worse than 08. You want to say to watch this time because oh my god, not well done. Once this happens, they'll force the shorts underwater to be forced to get out 100%. That's what I've been saying this whole time. Dave, hell yeah, time to load up till then. Oh, it gets cheaper to get finger GTI. Yeah, there might be a pullback in ZJYL, although this time it might be the real run. Am I freezing? If I'm freezing, guys, let me know. Or just refresh Moody. Suffer from kleptomania. You're taking some. Nah, that's one of my favorites. That's good. I like that one. Trust Adams to make up everything. Oh my god. Okay. Somebody got banned in Williams chat. Okay. You don't think anything bad will happen because Bidenomics is working? Yeah, clearly. It's actually warm in here tonight. I'm going to take this off. It's all about patience. Yep. And this is another history riddle, almost like 1929. Kinda. This is very similar to 29, 08. All the crashes we've had, this is actually very similar, the way it's happened going down. I mean, here's another thing to look at. Reverse repo plunged by 82 billion overnight. Okay, the lowest since June 2021. March drain assured. This is zero hedge. Zero hedge is just excellent on the economic stuff. And that's a big deal. I mean, 82 billion overnight being plummeted. It's being pillaged. The reverse repo market is just, they're pulling out all the liquidity from there. This is going to get wild, guys. I'm telling you, March is going to be crazy in the economy. If they get through it, which like Knott said, the Fed might kick the can down the road just to get to the election. If they get through March, it's just going to get worse. But I tell you what, even if they extend in March, all the liquidity problems they're having right now, it's still going to make March a very interesting month. And I don't think we're going to see all-time highs much longer. I just don't. I could be wrong, but I just don't. Jacqueline, did GTI get to 20 cents? Your limit order didn't fill at 20 cents. That's weird. I had a limit order at 20 cents the other day. They didn't let me fill it either. Ham, he's always said his buddy says GDC could run to 50. Yep, that's what he said, KYP. JDubs, Tim's back on his website. He said calls a... Oh, okay. There you go. That's why. Saw a new meme for Canadians. Let's go, Brendo. That's awesome. Elegant. I've had this talk about GTI reverse splitting. GTI will never reverse split. It has no need to. The reason you reverse split is to get back on the NASDAQ if you're about to get kicked off. GTI doesn't have that issue. GTI is on OTC. It has no compliance issues whatsoever. So it has no reason to reverse split. And GTI has already promised us they won't even consider it until January 2025. That was in a PR they did last year. So I wouldn't worry about that. My picture's jagged? Oh no. Oh my God, not. Oh, that's weird. All right. Well, as long as you guys can hear me, hopefully here, let me close some windows here. That usually helps. Hey, by the way, there's not. Well done, sir. Sent a short and sweet demand letter to Forbes to quit the nonsense. I cannot wait. Please share the response if you get one. I can't wait to hear that. But yes, I gave you an honorary tweet space on my live. I wanted to shout you out because this was exciting. This was really exciting. So, yeah, please like if you're watching. Thanks, John Cottrell. And when I show tweets or charts, can I zoom out a little? Yeah, I'll work on making it a little bigger. Sorry, guys. Is that better? Sometimes I try to get more of the words in there, so that's why I do it smaller. My video is great now? That's funny. I must have freed up some space on my computer. Biden and Kamal will fix it. Yeah. How high could GTI go? Ricky, nothing's changed with GTII. The numbers are still the same. It could easily break 1,000, and I'm still holding to that. So, Goodwill, unless you're buying 12,000 shares, why not just buy at 21? Yeah, that's a good point, Goodwill. You might as well, if you're really trying to scoop up those shares, yeah, just go for it at 21. I mean, but it does make sense when you see it going down the way it was today to maybe try at 20. I mean, I understand. Northwest, check my AOL dial-up. Did it clean up yet? Let me tell me if it cleans up, guys, please. Hey, what's up, Bill? Yeah, okay, we'll watch later. Let me know what you think. Will they settle the dividend for GTI by April? Several brokers have said that they are going to, they're waiting on a year. And so now we're 3 months away. So we'll see what happens, but I can't guarantee anything. Ravens going to destroy 49ers. We'll see if they even make it, John. I have a feeling that the NFL might rig it for the Chiefs to get there. And when I say rig, I mean, I don't think they script it, but I do think they can lean things in a certain direction. And I don't think the whole season is rigged by any means, but I do think certain games can be. And I worry for you guys because of the whole Taylor Swift accent. I'm just telling you, the whole Taylor Swift thing is weird. Here's the GDP. And then Kobisi says, because of this, don't be surprised if the Fed cuts back the interest rates, which I've been saying all along. So that would be interesting. I think the Niners beat the Lions. There's a lot of people who think the NFL's rigging it for the Lions, so we'll see on that. Okay, here we go. This is on the debt right now. It's just crazy. Annualized interest expense in the U.S. is already above $1 trillion. If you look at projections, it's expected to reach $3 trillion by Q4 20. Can you imagine? The expense on our debt could be $3 trillion in just 6 years. It's crazy. And so this is at the end. I said, what would happen if a recession hit? In other words, how do we fight a recession if we can't print because of all this? I'm telling you guys, it's getting crazy. I'm not taking off the hat, Ralph. It's kind of my thing. Jesse, your only complaint is sometimes I don't read the full comment. It makes it hard to know what was asked. I'm sorry, Jesse. I'm doing a live show, so I can't read every word of every comment all the time, and I apologize for that. I understand, but I also do this rapid fire. I get a lot of comments, and I do my best to honor most of them and answer most of the questions. And because of that, I have to move pretty fast sometimes. And so I get it. I've had that complaint before. But the truth is, this is a video also, and it's not just a podcast. So I am sorry, Jesse. I get it, but I do my best. I just don't know if I can improve because it moves fast when the chat's going. That's all I can tell you. All right, so you guys, I'm going to talk about the Texas stuff right now because I just think this is so important to go through. It is. It's just absolutely insane. I've never thought I'd see anything like this in my life. But 25 Republican governors signed a joint letter in support of the Texas resistance. We talked about Texas a little bit last night. You have all these states, and maybe one or two more jump in soon. But many of them are also now sending troops to Texas for the border. This could be one of the craziest things that's ever happened in our country. I think it's already there, but it could just keep ramping up. And it's this kind of volatility in our country that it will eventually have an effect on our markets. And so this all ties together. And just to tell you guys, 2024 is going to be something like we've never seen. I think it already is going that way. And for those of us, and this is real talk here, if you're not prepared for this, it's going to be wild, because I don't know how our economy is already on the brink of cracking, how it'll survive if this ramps up. Not long term, of course, but in the short term, it's going to get very, very wild, okay, and crazy, because all kinds of things could happen because of this. There could be sanctions from the federal government to states. I mean, you name it, they're going to go the money route most likely first. And this will cause all kinds of volatility. For us, those of us who've chosen and planned and gotten ahead by trying to make counter market plays, I think we're kind of going to be in some of the best places to be, because for some reason it's still all tied together. It all works. There's still going to be federal aspects of this that work. But I'm not predicting civil war, but I do think that from a political standpoint and from there's going to be a lot of pressure pushed around on this as this ramps up. This is basically half the country, the states of the country, just flipped off the federal government. This has not happened since the Civil War. Okay. This is, it's been 160 years since the Civil War, actually to the date, I think 1864. So this is wild. This is absolutely wild, which is crazy because a turning's supposed to be every 80. Well, a fourth turning's supposed to be every 80 years. Interesting how that works. But sociology studies tell you that this is we're about to see a shift, and it's scary. You know, you don't want your country to go through this. Where'd I go? I lost it. Sorry, guys. There's this weird tab I have here that put all this stuff together. And so, yeah, it's ramping up. Biden administration responded to Texas, give them basically a day to return control of the feds over the contested. And that's not happening. Abbott's already responded, said it's not going to happen. So get ready. I'm just telling you, get ready. And I don't think that it's going to turn to violence. I'm really hopeful it won't. But at the same time, this is a time to like make sure you're in a good place, financially, at least safe. If you can't save much or anything with your investments, be in place that like what we're in, which I think are very safe, honestly, because I think this is what we've been waiting for. But at the same time, just do what you need to do to prepare in case things get really wild. We have no idea. And if you're in one of the states where your governor signed that, there might be penalties. The feds kind of try to pull on you guys. I don't know. I'm in a red state, but I have a blue governor. Old Pooper Cooper is what they call him here in North Carolina. So we didn't sign that letter, but anyways, it's getting very wild. But like I said, I think it's going to be, I like talking a bit more of revolution versus civil war, but you better believe this is going to have an effect on the stock market if this continues to go down. Let's see. Kit says 30 to 50 on GDC. Univest has 275 million to go. Really? I didn't know they were putting that much towards GDC. I didn't see that. Stoney, there's a TikTok narrative going around pushing Niners, Ravens. I know. I've seen all that. I've seen I've seen Niners, Ravens. I've seen Chiefs, Lions, and I've seen Lions, Ravens all as the rigged guesses. The one thing I haven't seen is Chiefs Niners, which is weird because I kind of think that might be what happened. Thanks, Jesse. Just like Chiefs will be in the Super Bowl, so yeah. Stoney, sorry, but Hollyweird will put, yeah. You guys are funny. When I'm reading a comment, can I highlight the comment with a different comment? I don't have that capability like William does to pull it up. He uses a different program than I do. Thoughts on finger prices? It's still the same. Nothing's changed, guys. Nothing's changed on those. I still think it goes above 1,000. Kid says like the Boston Massacre, March 7th. Yeah, you could say that or the Tea Party or what started the war. So that's what happens when you have a president with dementia. Yeah, right. Or a president that is run by his administrators working with him behind the scenes with him. Pulling his strings and forcing this to happen. I mean, the border's out of control. So I love that the Texas is doing this. I think it's a wonderful, but it's kind of scary though at the same time. They admit it or not, but what's keeping us out of recession is government spending. They are spending more right now than in most wars we've been in. Because when a war, you run deficits because you are borrowing, you're selling bonds to try to pay for the war. That makes sense. I don't like it, but it makes sense. We're doing that now without any war, without a pandemic, anything. We're completely propping up the economy with deficit spending. It's absolutely insane. And it's because stupid old Kevin McCarthy made a budget deal with Biden last summer that gave him no strings attached. You could run unlimited deficits until the next budget deal. And he gave him carte blanche to do whatever he wanted to run that. So and they're taking advantage. They're completely pumping the economy with federal money, and none of it's building infrastructure or anything. It's just going to their program. So I don't know anything about MBH's filing today. Sorry, Vinny. Joe, to stand up to the anti-American administration. We've been in a civil war of ideas for absolutely. And listen, I still don't like the word civil war, even though I titled my video that, but I did that for a reason, because there's a lot of people who that's the word they're throwing around, federal government, but they're just going to sit back and do nothing. This is the states fighting for the people against the federal government. That's a revolution. That's a revolution. And so this is, I think we're in, and I don't think it's, like I said, I really don't think much of this is going to be physical, but I do think we're entering into the second American Revolution, where we finally break an overrun federal government and get us back to where the Constitution always wanted us to be, which is a state-run government that was has a federal government just to basically talk to other countries. That's really the only reason they existed. Wisconsin, I think Wisconsin's mostly red, but they have some chicanery going on there. There's a lot of veterans in Texas. That's right, Kit. Yep. Arizona is red. It's just the Maricopa County and Phoenix have rigged that place. Would it be worth it to get 1 or 2 ZJYL at these prices? Listen, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not financial advice, okay? But what I can show you is some of the crazy numbers here. ZJYL here, and there's a money manager looking to buy 30,000 with a 400 top. So, you know, the word's getting around, the short's dead. There's another, let's see, I just saw, close that. I saw a crazy number on there. Hold on. Let me pull it up here. I better find it. I know I saved it. There's a picture. I must have just retweeted it. One second, guys. Sorry. I wanted to show you guys this number so you can make your decision about whether or not you want to get in. Because that's the way it's got to be. But I'll tell you what, there are some very spicy looking things with ZJYL. Here's what I was looking for. All right, cost to borrow, 107%. Okay. So you have a stock that went to 500, went back down to 78, is now touching almost 300, and holding strong. The last few days it's been creeping up very, very strongly, and no one's selling. Okay. We know that there are a bunch of whales who own this more than the float over, and they are holding for high prices. They've said it. It's been reported to us. They don't want to get out. The short Interactive Brokers is stuck. They're completely stuck. And here's the fun part. ZJYL has not become popular yet. It hasn't become popular yet. So a lot of people have not chosen to buy in yet. That is going to get where it's really interesting, is if this continues to spread. So this, guys, sometimes you fight long enough and then you get a win. All right. You fight long enough. Oh no, I froze. Uh-oh. Am I back? Oh man, it's terrible. Let me check something here real quick. My internet's fine. My computer's fine. All right. Sorry, guys, about the freezing. Somebody will have to let me know what all you guys missed, because I've been ranting. Okay, so I was asking... I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I don't know what's going on. My internet's fine. My computer's fine. So it's weird. Okay, so... That's so weird about the picture. I don't know. Maybe YouTube's not on my side right now, but okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. All right, so ZJYL. What I'm really excited about is the numbers on this stock are nuts. Okay, I just had this up, and we're in a really good place with ZJYL. It's climbing steadily. We know people are holding, and they're holding for big numbers. Okay, and this is just now getting out there. This is just now becoming something known. So retail people are starting to jump in. More whales are jumping in. This is an unknown stock. Now, you guys know how we watched TOP run. We've watched HKD run. Chinese stocks that they ran, right? Well, guys, we've been in this for a long time now with GTII, Finger. We jumped in a little bit GDC, the MMTLP stuff, but we've been in the market now for a while, and every once in a while we jump around into something new, but we stay with GTI and Finger. But here's what's happening: is because we've been in this long enough, and we're willing to take shots, we might finally have caught one. And I think everything I'm seeing on ZJYL looks extremely promising. So I'm not telling you to buy. This is not financial advice. I can't do that, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But what I can tell you is that what I'm seeing is something very potentially great, that also, because we've seen a lot that have potential. On top of that, we're seeing one that actually is catching the momentum right now. And so I think guys, that this right now might be the best chance we've had to catch lightning in a bottle that then can start running into some of these other stocks. We might have finally, after all this hard work, caught one of those that's on its way up, that very few people knew of. And we watched them. We watched TOP, like, God, who bought into that? HKD, who was in that? You know, it was like nobody knew about these things, and they just blasted off. We might have finally caught one. And that's kind of what I think with ZJYL right now. So as far as to buy or not, listen, you got to make your own risk assessment, because tomorrow it could plummet. It could go down to 150 and not go back up again for a month or two. It's completely possible. But personally, I feel very good about this right now. Everything seems to be trending in the right direction. And on top of that, a small float that could be very, very good for us. So, as far as people holding. So yeah, I'm not telling you to buy, but I am telling you ZJYL, it looks very promising. So, let me catch up a couple of these. It'd be hilarious if someone leaked all of the banks and how much they've utilized the BTFP. Oh, Blake, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Dave, I don't need better internet. I have the best internet money can buy. I have Google Fiber 1 gig. There's no better internet. Well, actually, they have a 2 gig now, but there's no better internet that you can buy than Google Fiber. It is the best. And all you need to stream a good stream in HD is like 30 megabytes a second or 50 megabytes a second at the most. And I'm clocking over 200. So it's not my internet. My internet's not the problem. It's probably YouTube. So, hey, honey. Love you. Vidman, if after ZJYL splits into 20, goes down to 20, jumps back up to 1,500, and you bought one at 300, your 300 turns into 30 grand. That's correct, Vidman. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm guessing it's YouTube. YouTube must be going on. So, or maybe everybody refresh. Okay. I'm sorry about the jumping up and down. I can't control it. Everything on my side's good. My RAM's holding up on my computer. Internet's fine, so sorry about that. Did Univase make a deal with UCAR? I have no idea. I don't even know what that stock is. I haven't been following it. I can't follow everything, guys. So I have been brought in the last couple weeks. I feel like I've been brought 5 to 10 amazing short squeeze setups. I can't buy all of them. None of us can. ZJYL I'm looking at right now. I still look at Bull Arrow. Bull is still very promising. I bought a few shares of, I think it's Bullfrog because of Kit's numbers. Kit's numbers look amazing. Is there no options in ZJYL? That's awesome. Thanks, Kit. But Kit brought Bullfrog. I looked into it. That looks amazing. So I bought a few of those. And then there's another one like SXTC that looks promising, which I can't buy it. I just can't buy any of these. So all of this is, you have to just look and feel it out yourself if you want to chase short squeezes or at least big runs in these stocks. For me, I'm looking at cost to borrow. I'm looking at shares available to borrow. And then I'm looking for small floats, and I'm looking for momentum, because momentum really matters, guys. Some of these stocks have no momentum, and they might have the numbers on the back end that look great, but the momentum's just not there right now. And so, and even with that, it's like I'm doing exactly what I've been taught to do by great, like, people who know their stuff, whether it's Ham or Pedro, some other people I can't name, that, you know, I talk about within private. I've learned a lot, and it's like I'm doing the things that they have all said to do. And so you just have to hope and pray that eventually one of them hits, because nothing's ever guaranteed, right? And, you know, but I also don't have a lot of money to be jumping around. Jack says, make sure to take profits. Yeah, absolutely. Come on live early tomorrow. I don't know, man. It's Friday. It's hard for me to get on Fridays. My family's missed me all week because I work during the day. I do the lives at night. I do eat dinner with them and put them to bed. So I get family time, but Fridays are kind of sacred. I gotta have some time where I can't do anything. Boeing's planes falling apart. Tesla's stock crashing. Google's streaming platform is crashing. What's next? Yeah, right. No joke, huh, Rosie? Cindy Lou, the big guys invested in ZJYL are going into GTC. That's correct. Yes. And that's what we've been told. As far as I know, a lot of those big guys already hold GTC. And that's kind of how they found ZJYL, is because it's the same guys. And ZJYL just is the one that caught the momentum. And that's the thing. You just never know when the shorts are going to cover. You never know when they'll stop shorting or when they're underwater. That's the thing no one can control. And so, yeah, I mean, I think personally for me, if ZJYL goes absolutely nuts, and I only have 2 shares, so let's say it hits 15 grand. Okay. I know that's a huge number, but we're talking theoretically here. Okay. If I have 2 shares, so I made 30K, right? I'm going to mob GTI and Finger at these levels, but I also will probably reserve, I don't know, 4 grand, 5 grand to put into GDC just to see if I can catch another lightning in a bottle real quick. That's a smaller run, but still make money. Like, that's what you guys should all be doing. Like, cast a wider net so you can catch some while also accumulating the ones we really love. That's what I'm doing. And, you know, I'm hoping to make money on the side while I'm also building up my storehouse for when the blast comes that changes my life. And what it does is it allows me to keep building that while also offsetting losses I might have in them while they're down. And everybody's happy, or I'm happy anyways. And that's what I'm learning to do better and better. And, you know, I can't tell you guys what to do, but I'll tell you what, it makes me feel better knowing that I have options in other places, not for long term, because Finger and GTI are still the ones I think are going to change everything. But in the short term, it's nice to have some action in places to A, make myself feel better, but B, also have a chance at like staying afloat and maybe still making a little bit here and there. Immortal stock alert guy on Twitter calling out some nice stocks lately. You mean alerts? I have a good tweet from him right here. ZJYL about to get spicy here. And he's just going through the numbers, below average. He had another good tweet today. I'm going to have to find it. Give me a second here, guys. Stocks does do good stuff, man. He's great. I don't know if you're on here tonight, Stocks. If you are, yeah, throw it out. Where did he put it? Kaboom, over 250. Shorts don't like it. Brought it back down. Run high. This thing should fly after hours. It's not, but you know, we won't fault him for that. And Friday as well. So, and he's calling out another one, Rev B, which I have no idea what that is. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys want to look at this Rev B, but he says 600 in volume after our moves is 50 cents. I don't know what that is, but he does put out good stuff though, and he's a good trader, and it's worth paying attention to him. He was calling this out last week. I wasn't ready to jump in when it was down to 78. I'd already bought 250. I was way down. I should have bought another one then. I could have bought 2 for what I paid for my second share. And then he also called out Rumble, like before Rumble had its big run. So I mean, I give him props for that. He's great. Yeah, please hit the like, guys, if you don't mind. Like, subscribe, share for the all-in-one channel. We'll give you I'm going through, if you're new here, I love to hit the biggest news in politics. This is also a big economic market channel because we're all trying to make money here, but not in just day trading. That's not who we are. We're trying to change our lives. We're simple retail investors who've done our homework, and but also really trying to make a change, a difference in the country for our lives, our children's lives. So that's what this place is about, and it's about discussion. So if you have questions, comments, anything, please leave them. I do try to get to all of them, and this is what the show is. So yeah, if you like it, please like, subscribe. Let's get it out there. It's something different, and that's what this is. And we're growing, right, guys? You tell them. I used to do this from walking in a park on my phone, and now look at me. So I hope to get even better from now on. So Chris, what's the 107 fee you're talking about? I don't know what that is. World War, ZJYL, and where the zombies eating all brokers. I like that. Yeeting. They're pushing ZJYL to 30K. No way they would only push GDC to 50. I mean, you don't know though, because it's a completely different setup. So we just don't know the difference in setup there, Ramon. Husker, my very wide net is DBMM. Still have a feeling, Mom. I hope so. I've been hearing about DBMM now for a long time, but I've personally never seen anything that got me excited about it. So that's one where I'd love to be wrong, because I know a lot of good people in it. I just don't see it. I still don't see it. So, John, you wish just some things not really going your way, but it's okay. You've been buying more. All right. Sorry, John, about the not going your way, man. Rev B reverse split. Oh yeah. So I won't touch a reverse split. Oh, I just saw that. Okay. So stock, maybe he's saying it just had a reverse split. I don't know, but he's saying it's only a 200,000 nano float. Interesting. Yeah, I am very wary of reverse splits, though. I didn't even catch that. Good catch. Yeah, sorry, stock. I can't do reverse splits, man. What hedge funds are short ZJYL? It's Interactive Brokers. So, you're a little late there, Thomas. The borrowing fee, Chris? You think 107% is not a bad borrowing fee? That's putting up more than double, like to borrow one. That's a big borrow. What are you talking about? That's huge. Are you for real, Chris? Come on, man. Are you short? Because that doesn't even sound real that you just said that. I can't even, that doesn't sound real. Let's look at our amazing economy for a second here. 14% of all commercial real estate and 44% of office building loans are now in negative equity. 14% and 44% in negative equity. Do you think that's a problem? 44% of office building loans and negative. That's a craziness. In other words, the debt is now greater than the property value. Currently, U.S. banks hold over $2.9 trillion. Okay, so let's do the math on that. 2.9 trillion, 44% is negative equity. So that's like 1.3 trillion of that is negative equity, 1.4 trillion. Yeah, no problem, right? Imagine if even a quarter of that defaults or, forecloses. Banks are going to be in a big trouble. Big trouble. I mean, but hey, guys, GDP is at 3.3%. So that's cool. That's cool. I mean, God, love it. I just don't understand how anybody thinks we're doing okay here. This is it's pure insanity. It's pure insanity. You guys, I got another fun one for you here. You want to see what it's like, what our markets are really like? Check out this. For the real story of our market. All-time highs. Remember? All-time highs? Oh, except for the market's at the same level as in 1960 when it's adjusted for the money supply as it is. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Look at that. So our true high was 2000 before the tech crash. And now the only reason we're here is inflation. We've just crossed 1960. So That's your all-time high there. All right. This is beautiful Bidenomics. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gretchen, you like ASRE? I've heard a lot of good things about ASRE. Did I do the walk and talks before or after the guy from Oh, you mean Lou? Lou was before me for sure. Jack, you're filled with hope now? That's awesome, man. Jack, would you mind sharing what gave you some hope? I always want to know. What did I say? Do the naked shorts have to pay the borrowing fee since they're naked? That's a great question, Gretchen. I'm guessing no. But legally it would make sense they would have to. But I don't know exactly how it all works. I mean, I know the F3 button, but do they process a borrowing order there? That's what I don't know. That's a great question for Ham. And even Pedro or somebody like that. John, you think he did those videos same time Lou from Wall Street? No, Lou was doing his videos 2 years before me, and he was doing them at the same time. So last time was that high was 79. I mean, maybe it depends on the chart, but this says 1960s. So PCSA is RS 20-1. A few days back today, it ran 200% up. Well, I guess maybe not all reverse splits are bad forever. Could always buy a skyscraper and turn into housing for homeless veterans. No, or if you go to San Francisco, they put the homeless fentanyl guys on in hotels, nice hotels. So there you go. Sorry, Apollyon. Yeah, I actually had to move some stuff around just to get my 2 shares. It's expensive at this rate. It's not easy to get it. So this is funny. I don't know if you guys feel the same way I do about the media, but in case you're having a bad day, here's the LA Times newsroom this morning. I mean, how beautiful is that? The LA Times is such a rag. I love that it's gone. The rise of independent journalism is one of the best things happening to our country. And this is the kind of thing where people say, we're losing so bad. I'm like, yeah, but are we? Because there's so many little wins building up for our country that that's when I look at that, I can't help but be very excited about the future. Right now sucks. Right now is hard. We're going to get through it. But I'm telling you what, this year is, in my opinion, the crest of all this nonsense going on, and it's starting to break. And coming out of this year's going to be wild, I'm telling you. And I've already been right. January has been crazy. But I'm telling you, coming out of this year, we're going to start rebuilding this country, and it's going to get better. You been watching Lou for over 3 years? Wow. I stopped watching Lou, but he's still funny, though. Whenever I've checked in, that guy cracks me up. Right, you can't see ZJYL drop below 220, 240. Funds need to short it if they need to maintain margin. With PPS at 270, naked shorting is a suicide mission for shorts. I like that. Suicide mission. Who is it saying that who is it saying that it was Ham. Ham posted about the suicide ZJYL. And then I shared a tweet on it too. The let's see if it brings it up for me. Sometimes Twitter really likes me when I search, and sometimes it hates me. So that's fun. Oh well. But while we're looking, here's a little piece on interactive brokers who are short ZJYL. This came out on January 18th. The broker founded by the charismatic Thomas Peterfy is continuing its ascent, distinguished for quality of platform services. Interactive brokers quadrupled its sales in 10 years. Yeah, it's from all shorting. But this just came out. And it's almost like it's coming out just in time for them to go broke. Remember that Culper research? We showed you them the other day. They were shorting Rumble. They just got crushed. They were shorting ZJYL. They just got crushed. This is another, the pride comes right before the fall, right? This is what I'm seeing here. This is just, and Kristen Shaughnessy, if you aren't following her, what are you guys doing? Her stuff's great. You just like the stock. That's right. Goodwill. Drink. I'm telling you, because of the Niner game this weekend, I'll have beer again. So we might have a fun podcast on that one. If we win, I might come on late Sunday night. I might not be speaking straight if we win, but it'll be fun. Have the halts on ZJYL all been standard percentage halts? Kryptonian, that's what they're telling us. But is that the truth? That's what you have to decide. I personally think it's worse than that. I do, because the halts have lasted so long. Today, what was it? It was almost 2 hours before it traded. I feel like the halts today were out of control. The stock barely moved, and when it did, it gapped up. But to go down to only 17,000 shares traded after it was like almost 80,000 yesterday, there's no way, not with all the attention on it. So they are halting it, and I believe it's fraudulent halting. I don't believe it's just the normal percentage or circuit breaker halts. Yeah. Jesse, they're going to have to take a loss on this one. Absolutely. Yeah. Goodwill. Quad Graphics printing plant supplies a lot of jobs are out of business because sports. Wow. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, listen, I don't want you to lose your job unless you're a woke idiot who is, perpetuating nonsense. Then you deserve to lose your job because you suck and you're actually a deficit in the world. Your work is. You might be an okay person, but your work is a deficit in the world. So you deserve to lose your job. Everybody at the LA Times deserve to lose their job. They suck. Everybody at Sports Illustrated deserved to lose their job. They completely sold that paper out. They weren't really a sports. They were great back in the day. I used to love Sports Illustrated. Totally ruined themselves. But when I hear like that sucks that a printing place goes out. I don't want that to happen. But I will also say if you're a printing place, you need to diversify your portfolio a little more of business. So hopefully they get back on their feet. Those people, if they did good work, they'll figure it out. But that does suck. There's always, there's always, what's it called? There's always repercussions for somebody being an idiot. It always affects somebody else. So Sports Illustrated, go woke, go broke, and now other people are hurting that don't deserve it. LA Times, same thing. But it tells you got to be careful who you do business with, right? You absolutely do. You just have to be careful who you do business with. So Dirty Mayo talked about body bags for the shorts. Yeah, he did. Dirty Mayo, I can't even have him on because he'd get me kicked off YouTube. I love the guy, though. I actually talked to him. I'm in some chats with him, and so I get to talk to him personally. Feels good to have green stock in your portfolio. Yeah, I know, right, John? Gretchen, I said I had nearly photographic memory. Be fun for us to chat. Gretchen, go for it. It's nearly. It's not perfect, but I remember most things. But yeah, Gretchen, if you want to quiz me on something, go for it. I think the Niners are going to have a tough game. I do. Yeah. I'm not overconfident about the Lions. ZJYL flatline for about 2 hours, and there was actually training going on. Trading, you mean? There was about 600 shares and stayed the same price. Yeah, I did see that. That was wild too. Please hit the like button. Thank you, John. Brett, do I see that Chipotle's hiring because it's the beginning of burrito season? No. Is there a burrito season? What's going on? Go to... Oh, I see what you're saying, John. Josh B, I think the fraudster is going to try to pull something on the forward split somehow, like buy back shares at the lower price without buying. I don't know. I mean, what can they pull other than buying more shares? But how's that? I don't think that's going to, I think what the reverse, not reverse, what the forward split will do is it's going to allow a bunch of people, say this has been on your radar and you can't get in. You have $175, but you cannot spend the extra 100 to get in. You just can't do it. You're tapped out. 175 is all you got. And this doesn't squeeze. And then the split happens. And all of a sudden, ZJYL is, $12. That person who's had this on the radar, they're taking that 175 and they're buying shares, whatever that is, 15 shares, let's call it. And they're mobbing those up. Well, now there's 1,000 of those people. Okay. So that's 15,000 shares or more, depending on what it is. And all of a sudden, like that starts getting the stock going. The big guys go on. People like me who have 2 shares and I can't afford a third, but I could afford an extra $50 of one. I'll get it more in. So that's what's also going to happen. So the forward split is going to be very good. Oh, and by the way, Ham's been saying that it's very good for us, because this puts more pressure on the shorts because they're liable now for 20 times the shares. And I ran that by I had somebody ask me, like, is this true? Could you ask somebody else? And so I ran it by Pedro, which is funny. Pedro didn't even know what the stock was. By the way, I'm going to have Pedro on very soon. I really want to have him on. So he's already said he'll do it. So I'm going to have him on soon because we want to talk the market. But, and he's got some great ideas theories. The guy's a genius. But I asked him, I was like, is there anything you see in this? And he was like, nope, no problem. And I asked him, I was like, well, the shorts, are they more? He's like, yep, absolutely. They're more liable now. So the forward split is very good for us. And I'm extremely excited about that. So again, ZJYL, just lots of reasons to be very bullish on this stock. What do they have to pull U3 halt on, Ryan? That's the thing. It's like, what do they have? MMTLP was such a weird situation. They just don't have that in these other stocks. They don't have a similar situation they can use. ZJYL, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a Chinese stock. It's trading on the NASDAQ. It's compliant. It's fine. They have nothing to use on that. So no, we got to stop thinking the U3 halt's just something that happens all the time. It doesn't. MMTLP was a very, very rare circumstance. And they just can't do that again without having a very similar setup. And MMTLP was never supposed to be trading in the first place. You got to remember that. It wasn't like a regular company trading. Can't believe Forms is owned by a Chinese company. I don't know, man. A lot of these guys sold out a long time ago. You told me a few months ago was your birthday. Oh, jeez, Gretchen. That's a tough one. I feel like, Gretchen, I remember. No, I'm gonna butcher this. I know it, but I'm gonna go on a limb here. I kind of feel like you told me you had an October birthday like I do. And I want to say it was somewhere between the 1st and the 10th. I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going to say you have the same birthday as me, October 4th. Okay, how wrong am I? Tell me how wrong I am. That's going to be fun. Okay. John's going to be able to get people buying at you 100%. Los Angeles Chipotle hiring 19,000 employees for its upcoming burrito season. That's funny. You know who's going to be working there? The LA Times. That is who's going to be your new, would you like extra meat on that, sir? Brown or white rice? That's going to be the new one. So, Brett says, no way on the U3 haul. I know we're all jaded because of MMTLP. There's no clearance issues. This stock is completely within compliance statutes. That's exactly right, Brett. 100%, yeah. Blast, what if this turns into COSM? Why would it turn to COSM? COSM did a reverse split, not a forward split. So, AC, do I remember your birthday? The reason I think you guys are asking this is because there were people who had the same birthday as me or close to it. So, AC, I think you're one of them also. I feel like, okay, sorry, Gretchen. Oh, but Gretchen, that's my anniversary. So I wonder if that's where I made the connection. I was wrong on my birthday, but you have the anniversary. And AC, I think maybe you have a similar birthday to me. You're October, right? So yeah, Gretchen, that's my anniversary. So there was a connection there. I just mixed them up because December 12th is my anniversary. That was 15 years for me this past year. Yeah, CAC, I remembered you. Yeah, same as me. Yep. Okay, so Gretchen, come on, that's not bad, right? I mean, that's not bad. The connection was there. I just mixed them up. Yeah, so thanks, Gretchen. See, I told you, not quite photographic, but almost. I totally lost track of where I'm at right now. All right, well, that's right, AC, you got 6 years on me. All right, guys, I'm giving it 10 more minutes, okay? So I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow. It's Friday. I usually take a break, but I might be back if some bigs happen, especially if ZJYL is going nuts. But yeah, the rest of tonight, the last 10 minutes here, open it up, Q&A, whatever you guys want to ask. I'll answer whatever. And we'll talk it out the last 10 minutes here. Then, look for me. Members definitely getting a live this weekend. probably Saturday. And as for a public live, we'll see. I have a lot of plans for football on Sunday, so I'm not saying. I never said it was photographic, Jesse. I said almost. But yeah, guys, last chance for questions, comments, anything you want to get in. I don't care what it is. You guys can ask me about football. You can ask me about the Oscars. You can ask me about GTII. I don't care. Whatever you guys want. Did you guys see this? PayPal going to shock the world. January 25th. PayPal released new AI features, way to earn cash back, and the stock crashed. They closed down. So there you go. Our markets. You're in your birthday suit. Oh God, Thomas. I don't want to know that. Oh, there you go, Don. Yeah, watch the Lakers game. I haven't seen Reaper. What is that one? Oh, do you mean Reaper or Reacher with Jack Reacher? I haven't watched Reacher, but I want to. But I don't know about Reaper. So if MMTLP wasn't supposed to trade, how or why did? Well, Gretchen, MMTLP was basically a special dividend. It was never meant to be publicly traded. It was meant to be a stock dividend or something like that. I can't remember the exact term for it. Maybe it was a special dividend. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But anyways, it was never meant to be publicly traded, and it got out there and a bunch of people kept buying it. And so, yeah, it was a mess from the very beginning. Nobody cares about the Oscars. That's pretty true. I agree with you about that. But I do care about one thing. I want Christopher Nolan to win. I know it doesn't really matter that much, but I'm old school. I was a film critic. I love cinema, and I want Christopher Nolan to win for Oppenheimer. That's all I care about. I probably won't even watch it, but I'm going to be checking in to see if he won. John, oh, you're welcome, man. Thank you. Yeah, guys, please, if you're heading out, please like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Trying to build the channel. I've noticed since I've been mixing it up with a little bit of the election coverage kind of stuff, actually been growing the channel. So people seem to be liking it. I appreciate that. Also, so the changes are good, and I hope the rest of you don't feel like you're getting cheated. I feel like I still do the same stock stuff. So Brett, reverse split equals heaven for the shorts, evaporates their position 100%. Forward split nightmare for the shorts. Adds margin by the ratio. Exactly. Thanks, Brett. That's very true. Odds the Lions actually win. Oh, that's a good question. I give them. I'd say plus 140. So it's pretty close. Intel went 10% down. Dang. Reacher's pretty good. I've heard good things. Cindy Lou. Gretchen knows when for sure which HF or MM start. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, John. That means a lot, man. Thank you for saying that. It really does mean a lot that you guys think that. AC, have a good night, brother. Good night, Barbara. Rosie, when someone not part of the company illegally registered the MMTL. Yep, exactly. That's true. Chris G in the house. I'm getting ready to leave, brother, but I'm glad you made it. Kryptonian Civil War trailer in respect to what's going on in Texas become more interesting. It is, except in that movie, Texas is linked up with California, which you know won't happen. So that is. I will say this about that movie, Civil War. It's directed by a guy named Alex Garland, who also did Dos Machina? No. What was it? Ex Machina, about the AI, which is an excellent movie. And he also did a show called Devs with Nick Offerman, which was fantastic. So I am interested in seeing that movie. The guy is a very interesting screenwriter. Your mom says you're the real life embodiment of Ralph Wickham. I don't even know what that means. Jesse, they made a trade hoping the holders would take the first opportunity to sell to get their money out. Turns out that's correct. Yep. You guys are all right about MMTLP. Correct. Yeah. Do I not like? I love your pictures, Mike. I'm sorry I didn't share the latest one, but it made me laugh. It really did. And I have saved all of them. I love them. I show them to my wife, my friends. It's so funny. Yeah. Thanks, Chris. Don, you're excited to see what ZJYL does tomorrow. I am too. I really am. P.O. Box, you want to send me some stuff, Apollyon? Shoot. I want cigars. You want to send me cigars? That'd be awesome. Okay, I'll look into that. Although you might be the only one who wants to send me stuff, so I don't know how valuable, how much it'd be worth my time and money, but I'll look into that. Thanks. 1.25 speed put you to bed. I hear that. All right. Well, anything else? Looks like you guys are ready for bed too. Okay. Well, I'll give you guys a second to put anything else up you want. As for me, guys, closing statements, GTI finger, look, nothing's changed. We're in great position. There's just no news. Okay. ZJYL looks like something that could pop tomorrow. So I have 2 shares, a whopping 2 shares, but they're green and it feels great. And it could be massive, just those 2 shares. So that's exciting. It's going to be wild. This has been the wildest first month of the year I can remember. I mean, we're on the brink of, revolution with what's going on in Texas. It's absolutely crazy. So get ready, guys, buckle up. But I think really good things are coming. I really do, long term here. So I'm going to end in a prayer, as has been my wont. It's what I'm doing now. And everybody's been pretty positive about it. So if you don't want to be a part of it, that's fine. God bless you guys. Have a great night. I love y'all and take care. Please like, share, subscribe on the way out. And if you're staying, just, let's take a minute and just meditate, pray, have positive thoughts, and just hope that, I believe prayer works. So, so let's do it. All right. So Father God, we bless God. Well, thank you for this time. First of all, thank you for this entire community, these amazing people that spend their time with me. I still don't understand it, but I enjoy it so much. Bless each and every one of them and all those who will watch later. I bless them and everybody in any of these plays, God, for the right reasons. I bless them. Bless their families, God. I pray you prosper them. I pray you prosper all of us. And as this year, God, it seems to be just such a crazy, crazy place. I bless our country, that we would find our way to survive all this and thrive coming out of it. And I bless all the people, God, that deserve repayment for all the years, as it says in Joel, the years the locusts have eaten. And I just believe that you bring that back. And so some of us have never had that financial breakthrough. And it's not because we didn't work hard. It's not because we didn't make wise choices. It's because it was kept from us. And that's just the truth. And so I pray for all those people, God, who just refuse to be victims and keep fighting, that they get their breakthrough, and especially in these stocks that we've been fighting for. So I pray for justice as always, and that, God, you would just protect our minds and spirits as we go through this, and also our bodies, so that we can be in a good place and maintain peace and joy as we are in a great battle. No matter how much we're in it, one way or the other, we're in a little bit. So just bless everybody here, and thank you for that. Amen. Guys, that reminds me, before I leave, I had an interesting dream the other night. And it wasn't about stocks, but it was about being in a place of safety and peace before something big happened. And so I'm going to share the short version of it, and then I'm going to head out. So in the dream, my family and I were about to have a major upgrade in our life. We were about to buy a beautiful new house, and it just wasn't time. It just didn't work out. And so we needed to stay somewhere. Otherwise, we were about to be homeless. And so we went to this beautiful area. It was a community, and nice houses and all this stuff to do in the community. It was beautiful. You could walk around. Everything was safe. And these people let us, they had 2 houses, and they were like, you guys can stay in our guest house for a few days. We were like, thank you so much. We just need to get up back on our feet. And so we're staying there. Well, our days were running up, and we weren't anywhere close to where we needed to be to move. And I knew that, and I was afraid to talk to the owner. And here's the interesting thing. The guy's name was Joel, just like I said, and that's why I remembered it from my prayer. The prophet Joel is the one who said, prophesied that God told him, I will restore what the years the locusts have eaten. And so I was terrified to talk to this guy, but I couldn't put my family on the street. So I was like, we're just going to squat for a couple days. And I know I'm going to have to confront him at some point and tell him I can't leave yet. And I was terrified of it. I knew he was going to be irate. So he found out that we were there, and he was upset, and I knew I was going to finally have to confront him. So I went to talk to him and just I told him our story, and I was so afraid he was going to kick us out. And and everything. And instead, something about our story changed his mind. He was like, you know what? Stay as long as you need. And he lifted the pressure off. Well, in the dream, I knew that I was going to need a couple months to build up, to get into this next season of life, this beautiful new home we were trying to get to. And in dreams, homes signify seasons of life. Okay. And they don't mean physical houses. And if you guys ever want to do dream interpretation, I'd love to go through that with you guys. Maybe that'd be fun to do for the members live. Okay, yeah, that's why I'm going to do this members live. We're going to do dream interpretation this members live. So on Saturday, bring your dreams. We're going to do some interpretation. It's going to be fun. Anyways, yeah. So anyways, the thing though that was so beautiful about it was that, and this was one of those dreams where I woke up and I felt like I'd been gone for 2 weeks. Like I felt out of body, like completely in a new experience. So, anyways, but the whole thing was it ended well. And while we were on vacation, and it felt like the dream was telling me, you guys are not there yet. You can't get there yet. But while you're here, don't worry. It's going to be a very peaceful, restful, good time while you're building up to where you're going. And like I said, it wasn't coincidental that the guys, I don't know anybody named Joel. Okay. I don't think of anybody named Joel, but that was what the man's name was. And that's what I thought of when I thought of the dream. And usually when you have a connection like that, that's what the dream it means. So anyways, I just wanted to share that. I felt like I was supposed to as I prayed. So I just bless you guys with that too, that in your in-between time, that it's peaceful, restful, and it's not rushed, but it's a safe place for you guys until we get over the hump. So, all right, that's it. I'll end on that. Love you guys as always. God bless y'all. Have a wonderful night, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow, but probably not. And until Saturday for the members, yeah, hope ZJYL